Tegrity has a few features that really set it apart from being just a video player. Tegrity is good at playing videos, but it's also a great study tool. One of the most helpful features is the search box. While using the Tegrity viewer, you can type in a text query, and Tegrity will search through the on-screen information and return any results that include your search terms. For example, I know that the instructor in this lecture discussed something called a community of inquiry, and I want to review that information. I can type community of inquiry in the search box, and Tegrity returns all the points in the lecture which includes those search terms. I actually don't have to be inside the Tegrity viewer to use the search feature. I could use it on the course page in Tegrity to search through all my course's recordings at once. This is definitely one of my favorite features, and I think it will be a great study tool for you. Just keep in mind that you are only able to search for words that appeared on the instructor's computer screen during the lecture. If the instructor only said a word or a phrase without any kind of on-screen representation, then it will not be captured and thus it won't be searchable. I've already mentioned in a previous video that Tegrity automatically segments long videos into chapters so that you can navigate through portions of a lecture more easily. Once you're watching a lecture, you can bring up the chapter thumbnails by clicking on the Show Chapters button in the bottom right corner. This pauses playback and allows you to browse and select a chapter inside of the recording. If you want to ask your instructor a question about a particular portion of a recording, then you can use the Ask a Question button. Once you click on this button, you will be prompted to enter both the instructor's email address and your own, and then you will be able to write your question and submit it to the instructor. The cool thing about this feature is that the instructor doesn't only receive your question, they also receive a link which takes them to the exact point in the lecture about which you had a question. This can help to provide context and clarity to your question. The Print button allows you to print off still images of each chapter in the recording. This is particularly useful if your instructor used an on-screen slide presentation. You can decide how many slides you want to print off per page, and there's also an option to include an area for note-taking. Next to the Print button, you will notice the Download button. If your instructor has made this option available to you, then you will be able to download to your hard drive a copy of the recorded lecture. It saves the recording as an application file, which actually includes not only the recording itself, but the entire Tegrity viewer interface. This allows you to view recordings offline and maintain your own local archive for personal study. The last feature I'm going to discuss is bookmarks and notes. Tegrity allows you, as a student, to create your own note content which is associated with the specific lecture you are watching. You can add notes in a couple of ways. The first and easiest way to add a note is to type into the text box just below the notes list. Then categorize your note by selecting either the important or unclear markers, and then click the Add button. Your note will be added with a timestamp and the appropriate marker to any notes already present in the list. Just as with any of the other notes, you can then click on your own note and be taken to the point in the lecture where you created the note. One neat thing about this feature is that the instructor can actually see where students are marking the lecture as unclear. The instructor doesn't see the content of your note, only the marker. So if several students are marking the same portion of the lecture as unclear, then that could communicate to the instructor that they need to go back over that content in the class. You can actually do much more with notes. If you click on the Maximize button for the Bookmarks and Notes window, then the Tegrity interface will change and give you more options for note-taking. You can add screenshots from the on-screen video captures, export your notes to the PDF or RTF formats, and more. The notes you create in Tegrity are connected to the lecture recording where they are added, and all your notes are stored on the Tegrity server. You can create a note on one computer and then open up a lecture on another computer or mobile device and keep working with the notes that you had already been working with. If your instructor deletes their recordings, then you will also lose your notes. So if they are important to you after the course ends, then you will want to export them using one of the export options. To restore the Bookmarks and Notes window back down to its original size, click on the small Maximize Player button located between the Notes area and the instructional window. We've now covered all the extra tools and features of the Tegrity viewer. I hope that you find this technology to be a good help to you as you study for your course. If you would like additional documentation about how to use the Tegrity system, then you can go to help.tegrity.com.